Greetings, everybody. I'm Corey, and welcome to the Dead Unicorns Numenera game, Taker of Salo. You know what? This always happens. Some audio is always on somewhere. I never check it all. I'm just terrible at production. It's
For shame, we had so much time.
Because we spend all our time talking.
Thank you for coming and watching. We are live as always. It is Sunday. For me, it's just before noon. For you, it's probably afternoon. So I thank you for joining us. This is going to be the last of the Numenera games in the Taker of Sorrow series. If you want more Numenera, too bad. This is not popular. Nobody likes this.
Nobody likes watching it, but I sure love playing it.
I love playing it. I don't know why people don't love this game.
It's not big name.
So, if you want more of this, send your prayers and your offerings to us.
And your thoughts and
in the
sacrifices.
Offerings are far better than prayers, though.
In the form of likes and comments. So,
and Patreon subscribers.
And, oh yeah, let's talk about that. Patreon. These guys right over here are our Patreon squires. And they help out the channel because we have, it costs money to do this, and I appreciate them greatly, but we also do other stuff through our Patreon, and I'd like to go ahead and talk about that real quick. We have 2 adventures right now for free on our Patreon. If you click our Patreon link, patreon.com/deadunicorn, you can go there and get a fan-made adventure for Dungeons & Dragons called A Night at the Inn, written by Howard, who is right up there. Thank you, Howard, for writing that for everybody. You can go pick that up right now. And another thing you can get is this Legend of the Five Rings fan-made adventure for Fantasy Flight Games called Flowers on Black Soil. Absolutely free. You don't have to sign up for the Patreon. You just have to go and get it. It's wonderful. It's great. It's stuff for the fans, and it's for you to just have fun with. Go play it. And if you do,
it's great, and it's gonna mess with your fate.
And if you do, tell us how it went. I love to hear those stories.
Especially horror stories. If you have horror stories about something going wrong, your players going wacky and sideways and everything, the whole job's in the mud now, tell us that. Tell us all those stories.
I'm at Truly Evil Bob if you want to get me at Twitter, so there you go. I don't know. Tarek, do you have a Twitter?
Oh, hell yeah, I have a Twitter. It's filled with Antifa bullshit, but...
He's political. Don't go there.
My Twitter handle is at Bob from Accounting, and I'm welcome to all new people. I'll say hello.
So let me introduce our cast here. I am the Game Master. I am Corey, as you all know. And down there is Matt. Matt is playing a character called Kasim. I want you to describe Kasim in one word. Go.
Strange.
Right. Over here is Crystal. Crystal is playing a character named Jade. Jade, what is Jade's favorite color?
Blue.
Great! Up that way is Howard. Howard, if Jet, your character Jet, if Jet was a bird, what kind of bird would he be?
Duck.
Sure.
Aquatic.
Yeah, aquatic,
And
but
Tarek.
can still fly.
Tarek, your character is Praxis. If Praxis took me out on a date, what would he say to get me back to his place afterwards?
He'd rattle off a string of binary code that explained the exact process of how he would take your pants off.
I'll take Bachelorette number 4, please. So, quick recap. Y'all have been fighting these things called tetratomas, who are weird, Cronenbergian creatures that speak human speak but don't understand it. They seem to be broken records, recordings of maybe somebody's life that got stuck into this weird blobby creature that goes around and attacks in packs. You have been protecting this guy named Divine Nex, who is an entertainer and You've been doing a bang-up job of that so far. You talked to an Aeon priest of the Order of Truth, and he has guided you to a town called Graham. That may be a location where these creatures are coming from. Does that about sum it up? Anything else y'all would like to add?
We also fought in a cave.
Mm-hmm. We
Thing that
did
was
find
inside of
some of
I
those
forgot
creatures.
what the animal was. Was it a boar or a bear?
Bear, I think.
Bear. Yeah, it was some kind of weird creature
don't
that
remember.
exploded with a bunch of teratomas coming out.
It was a... If you want to be specific, I can give you a specific name for it.
A bear. You said bear.
It's a bear-like creature. Yes.
If
Bear-ish.
bears were the thing that survived the Numenera apocalypse, then they're a much hardier creature than I originally gave them credit for.
It's a
They're
corpse.
cyborg bears.
Yeah,
They're
it's called a
terrifying.
ravage bear.
Oh wow,
It's called a ravage bear, so it is a bear.
nice.
It doesn't
All right,
have any
bears, you win
fur.
this round.
It's like a hairless bear with tusks.
That's where I got the boar comparison from. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the tusk thing.
It's a
Yeah.
furless bear boar.
It's a wereboar.
We can't bear
So
it
you're
any
saying
longer,
the rabbit
Tarek.
bear had no hair? Was his name Fuzzy, was he?
Yes.
We can't bear it any longer. You guys are such a bore. On with the show. So we're gonna pick up as you are entering, or as you are seeing Graham for the first time. And I have some box text for you, if that's quite all right. There, do you see it? Asked Divine next, pointing at a strange landscape feature. The outcrop in the distance is too regular to be a natural formation. It looks almost like a great slab of reddish metal that was dropped from the sky and landed on its edge, embedding itself in the ground before toppling over. Though it leans. A community sprawls out and up the steep face of the material, which is pocketed and hollowed by hundreds of small and mid-sized cave mouths. The community fills a series of these hollows, many of which have been converted into dwellings, complete with wooden and stone walls. Well-lighted connections and stairs zigzag the face of it. I'm going to give everybody the picture here so everybody can see it. It's the thing that you see on your Roll20 screens right now. Stretching around the slab are several acres of cultivated field and small homes of wood. There are also balconies that dot the side of this thing.
These things?
So those are homes. And up
And there's a
here
few
are
more
like
around
stairs
here.
you can go up. And then there are balconies like right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
this thing is far more detailed than I had given it credit for.
And you can move around. It's pretty tall compared to a home. Like that's a home. And here's the top of the thing.
It's a mega.
Basically a mountain or a large hill.
You probably...
aliens were at work here.
You're pretty sure it goes underground, and it might be more cubic in shape.
It kind of looks like a large thing just fell and kind of squished into the
It
ground.
looks like a Borg ship fell into the earth.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says right here. That it looks like a great slab of reddish metal that was dropped from the sky and landed on its edge.
I was thinking it looked more like the ship, the Ark, from the original Transformers cartoon.
Oh
It's
yeah.
full of Transformers that are asleep, waiting for something to come out and scan things and come back with the new forms for them.
Because they don't know what to look like yet. Okay, well, let's continue on to the town.
Very well. As you approach, you witness an interesting sight. You see a good deal of tetratomas, almost 20 of them, simultaneously emerge from a narrow ravine and converge on the main gate, screaming, laughing, and uttering all manner of nonsense. 3 of the 4 gate guards stationed there draw bows defensively, but don't fire. The final guard produces 2 golden translucent rods that flash with silver lines and switches. She raises them over her head and touch the tips. When they do, a mighty blast of multi-threaded tones that sound like beautiful music blares out. The tetratomas wail in pain, as if someone has poured acid over them. They reverse course, screaming in utter anguish, to the southwest.
These things feel fear.
Do you continue on to the gate? Do you want to talk about it?
The way's clear, right?
Yes. I'm sure when you saw the tetratomas, you all stopped, you know,
Yeah.
to take an assessment of the situation, and that's when you saw this scene unfold.
We need those 2 rods.
Yes, having something like that might be useful.
Perhaps they have a way for us to examine them.
Perhaps we
Well.
should go ask them.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm curious.
Okay.
Bobbing on
You
over.
come up to the gate, and the guards will come on down to meet you. Welcome to Graham, everybody. I'm sure you're here for the Taker of Solace. Take away all of your worries. You look like pilgrims, especially the man in the interesting mask over there.
Which one is he calling the guy in the interesting mask? Nex.
Divine
Praxis.
Divine Nex with his like emotional mask. The plain black slate that is Praxis is not interesting. It's spooky.
It's unnerving.
Please, you're welcome to Graham. The safety of the city is yours.
How did you drive away those teratoma?
Well, where is that? The device we use to drive off the Babelmites, you mean?
Babelmites.
That seems like a good name for them.
Yeah, well, they were crafted in a city far to the east of here, in Balarod, fashioned by a master tinkerer who calls herself a Wright. We call them songbirds.
But how did you drive them off?
They hate the sound. Babelmites hate beautiful things and are attracted to disarray and chaos.
Can this effect be mimicked?
Excuse me?
Can we mimic this effect? Is there a way that you can help us to travel safely?
Oh, you'll be safe within the walls of Graham.
But when we're not within the walls of Graham,
You are pilgrims, right?
Well,
well, pilgrims don't just move and then stay in that city forever.
I don't see why anybody would leave, but I guess if you would to travel to Ballard, you could go find some.
I will take down this as a note. Perhaps the Aeon Priest would like to know.
Well,
What is
the city is
that?
yours. Please enter.
I'll point to the giant megastructure.
what is that?
Oh, that is... That's our city. That is the basis for Graham. When this town was first founded, our founders went in there to look for the Numenera and pull out for the betterment of everybody. But one of the things we found within was the Taker of Sorrow. And that has turned us into one of the premier religious sites now in the world.
So it is your idol.
Yes, in a way.
Very interesting. We come looking for information about these blabbermites. We were hoping to discover where they come from.
Babelmites. It's Babelmites. Well, they don't come from here, I can tell you that much. But they're driven here because they're creatures of chaos and disorder. And as such, they want access to the Taker of Sorrow to take away their anguish. Unfortunately, all they want is destruction, and we can't let them in lest they'll destroy the city and possibly the Taker itself.
Yes, of course.
Do you know what could be driving them further out from this area? We have encountered them far and wide so far.
Creatures of Chaos and Disorder is a metal band you'd like to see. He says, I don't... They are attracted here. I don't know where they come from or where they're going.
Interesting. I look over to Divine next.
Divine Neck says, I would like to know a little bit more about this Taker of Sorrows you have. He says, oh yes, well, you do sound troubled. And if you're not at peace, you should go to the Supplicant Hostel and wait for the Serene. Then you can try out the Taker of Sorrow and a balm for your... you can try the Taker of Sorrow, a balm for an anguished soul. Everyone here in Graham has gone to the Taker, and it's true to its name. It takes the burdens from you.
I say quietly so that just like whoever's standing next to me can hear it. And it takes that sorrow and it places inside this weird ball person who rolls around and repeats it over and over.
Well, if we might have reign of the city, then perhaps we should go and investigate further. I'm sure somebody inside might know more.
Are we sure they let you leave this city?
Oh, you're free to leave at any time.
I was still speaking low.
Oh, okay.
I do think that going in might be a good idea.
Very well.
Inside the city, as you're walking along, you find a... Whoa, the lights flickered. There is a market round, a large hollow in the structure that's open to the sky where food, services, and goods can be bought and sold. And Divine Nex is talking to people in the area because he wants to set up a performance there, of course. You see a lack of guards here. There is no one, no police, no guards, nothing of that nature or order.
We're in an anarcho-primitive township now.
Either that or everyone's controlled by that Taker of Sorrows to the point that they don't even wish to commit a crime.
That is an intriguing proposition.
I mean, happy people don't hurt other people, do they?
I think the Joker's pretty happy. He laughs all the time while he, stabs people. I think that makes him happy. You gotta find joy in whatever you do.
Yeah. the little things, really. It makes all the difference. All right. Well, there's no guards, but are there people wandering about?
Yeah, you can talk to anybody you want. Shopkeepers, food vendors, patrons, kids playing in the market square, all sorts of stuff.
Hmm. Okay. Should we ask around about this Taker of Sorrows? Do we want to investigate it further?
Well, we must be here for something. Let's do that.
The thought was that this might be where the teratomas were coming from, but it appears that it's not here. Maybe
That is the claim
close
they made.
by.
I agree with Jet. Perhaps there is more to be found out about this place than what meets the eye initially. Let us ask one of these townsfolk. Perhaps they could give us more insight.
All right, you go up to a guy. He's selling silk and jewelry, and he says, "Oh, hello, welcome. You're new here. I have fine wares that I've imported just recently."
I admire his lovely cloth and sparkly things. Wishing that it was practical for me to get such things right now.
Do you know anything about these blabbermites?
Oh. They're a nuisance, but we have songbirds to drive them off. So we don't get much here inside the walls.
Selling
When they
songbirds?
Excuse me?
Is there a shop selling songbirds?
Only the guards have songbirds, and also Wymel.
Why, Mel?
Wymel. Yes.
What?
You don't understand. Wymel leads us. He's wise, he's witty, he's beautiful. He's the best of us, and the best loved. Everyone says so. He's the head of the Serene.
The Serene.
Okay.
What are the Serene?
The Serene are in the hostel where you go for the Taker of Sorrow.
Ah, so he is the guardian of this Taker of Sorrow.
Yes, only the best of us can be trusted with such a machine.
Have you used this Taker of Sorrow?
Well, of course.
And so now you have no sorrow.
Currently, I'm without burden. If I ever pick up anything, I'll go back.
Could you tell us more about how this process works?
You go in, and there's a large machine there that Wymel uses to draw out all of your burdens. And you meditate while the machine hums, and when you open your eyes, it's as if a great burden has been lifted off of you. It doesn't change your memories. It doesn't change who you are, your personality at all. It just gives you a peace of mind. Relieves you of your stress.
I see.
This is intriguing. Is anyone allowed to go into this place?
Of course. The hostel's that way. You can find it quite easily. It's very well marked.
Well, I thank you for your time.
Okay.
I guess we should head to that building.
Yes, I do think we should take a look at it.
Are we going to try and meet the beautiful man that is the leader?
I am not
Well,
so sure about
that
that, but I would certainly
and
like to investigate what this Numenera is. If it
yes,
holds some strong power, perhaps it is worthy of further investigation.
maybe it really is creating the teratomas. For all we know, these really are people's sorrows trying to get back into them.
It is an interesting hypothesis.
Especially if it might be connected to some other Numenera outside. Maybe the sorrows are sucked out and end up somewhere else. In
Very
any
well.
case, we'll have to take a look at it to know.
Well, let's go.
All right. As y'all are leaving, Divine next walks up and he says, "Yo, I'm very interested in this machine. If you're on your way, I would like to come with you. Perhaps use it on myself. I could use a good soul scrubbing."
That sounds good to me. You're
I
welcome
like
to
the
come
idea that one of
along.
us uses it so that we can observe what happens, and I am willing to have Divine next be that one.
Do not worry, we will watch
Wow.
you during the process.
I just hope we don't fight whatever comes out the other end at
Alright.
a later time.
You guys go to the supplicant hostel and find a wide, smooth chamber set with a dozen low pallets of wash bays in a side area where one serene meditates. As you enter, she ceases to meditate, rises, and says, "Welcome to the Serene. I am Nasai."
I'm Jade. And these are my companions, Praxis, Kasim, Jet, and Divine Nex.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Please, sit.
All right, I'll
Okay.
go ahead and have myself a seat.
I am I right in saying that you are pilgrims wishing to use the Taker of Sorrow?
At least one of us is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only here to observe.
Well,
I am a humanoid machine incapable of sorrow.
currently Wymel is detained, so you'll have to wait.
Can you tell us more about how you came upon this Numenera?
The Taker of Sorrows has been in Graham for many generations. Our ancestors found it while they were excavating this structure for Numenera. And since then, they have created a town of peace. A town of goodness, good feelings, and wish to just share that with the world.
Well, yes, everybody here did seem rather happy.
Is that why you do not have guards within the city?
Oh, we used to have crime, yes. Just because people are unburdened doesn't mean that crime doesn't happen. But lately, we've ceased to need a patrol, because if someone breaks the peace, the Reaper of Sin comes for them, and they're never seen again. Ever. Of course, I don't know what the Reaper looks like. Anyone who sees the Reaper disappears. So how could anyone know?
So, only the guilty ever see this?
Yes.
No one around them? Or are they just taken while they're alone?
If you commit a crime, the Reaper of Sin comes for you, and no one ever sees the Reaper except for the one who needs to be punished.
How do you know that the Reaper is accurately dealing out your laws, I suppose?
What if it were a vigilante?
Because... She says, because Wymel tells us so.
And Wymel is without sin?
Or
Wymel. Are you suggesting that Wymel would lie?
I am suggesting that all humans are flawed.
If there was
And not
If
being
there was a
myself,
human-
I can admit that I am never flawed.
if there was a human who would have the least amount of flaws possible, it would be Wymel.
Well, perhaps we should, perhaps we should prepare ourselves to meet with him. I'm sure we have plenty of questions for him as well.
So, there is a large door here. It's made of the same metal as the rest of the structure. Oh, I finally found the name for the structure. It's Ingram Mountain. That's what they call it.
Ingram Mountain.
Ingram Mountain.
I'm going to use sense magic to just sense the area around us to see if there's any active Numenera.
Okay.
Good idea.
You definitely sense the Taker of Sorrow beyond the door, and it is currently in use. It is a level 5 Numenera.
Hmm. I don't feel any
You
other
would-
sources of it, right? Just that main source.
Yes.
Okay.
We wouldn't
Uh,
really be able
prac-
to try to understand it from this far, right?
No,
I'd
you
have-
can't.
I'd have to get close.
Yeah, I can tell you that it exists and what level it is,
Yeah.
and I can give you some other information. Like I'm giving you that it's currently in operation. Like
Yeah,
it is not in a like standby mode or anything. It is currently
and that's,
being
that's
used.
exactly the information that sense magic is. It's not a super powerful, like super in-depth thing.
Now,
It's
if you
looking at other
have-
stuff.
No, I meant like using understanding Numenera.
If you have
Oh,
a
yeah, I can do that.
cipher, if you have a cipher, I'm sure one of you has a cipher that can give you more information.
I do have an X-ray viewer.
You do.
A cipher called plot solving? Where's that one?
I'm going to take a little stroll around the building to see if I can see anything interesting around here. Just trying to observe. Probably really awkward for everybody else there, but
This area is like this room where you can wait, and then there is a place in the hostel where there are like bunk beds for
The
pilgrims to
Serene?
come and sleep
Oh,
or
okay.
store their gear. So that's basically it. And then there's this big door for the Taker of Sorrows that you can't get through. Or you don't know if you can get through. No one's tried the door.
Actually, I just remembered that my chassis is covered in goo and I have a -1 to all social rolls, so I'm going to ask if there's a place where I might clean my chassis.
That's right. You are covered in stinking, nasty
and
grossness.
I'm gonna need to clean myself too. It's like, yeah.
Sure, this is a hostel. I can say that there's a shower here as well.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I bathed properly.
Oh, yeah, it's group shower time.
Yeah, the problem is there's really one shower, and that's it.
Dibs.
I can wait my turn.
Yes,
I
of
use
course.
hedge magic to clean myself.
That'll work. You use hedge magic. It cleans you. So everybody is going to wait.
Yeah, I wander off and go.
Oh,
clean
wait.
myself.
Jet really needs it.
Mhm.
I'm just like, I feel a little sticky.
I got dirt in my toes.
All right. The waiting is quite a while. So everybody can take a shower and clean up if you want.
Oh, this is taking longer than I expected. I guess I'll
Wow.
wash up too.
After like an hour passes, nothing.
I'll
So,
Lean
in this
into-
place, have we seen like children running around this city or anything like that?
Yeah, there are children around. Yeah.
I am entertaining children by juggling colored balls of light with.
Not in the
Neither
hostel.
Numenera or
There's no
Oh, yeah.
children in the
They're
hostel.
just out and
You're
about.
you're the only pilgrims here right now.
I'll turn to Praxis and say, "This is taking a very long time. Can you tell if it's still in use?"
I could. I look over at the person in the waiting room.
Yes.
Do they seem overly concerned with what we're doing?
No.
Okay. I kind of walk up to the door.
Okay.
I don't open it and walk in, but I walk up to the door and I will kind of lay a hand on the door and then use my scan ability to see if I can see anything before I use the X-ray viewer. See if I can see anything going on the other side.
Okay. Scan is a little different.
I can scan a 10-foot cube, including all objects and creatures within that area. The area must be within a short range of me. Scanning a creature or object always reveals its level. You also learn whatever facts the GM feels are pertinent about the matter and the energy in that area.
You reach out to scan, and it's a little too far outside your range.
Okay. I guess I will put on my X-ray viewers. Just slot it into my faceplate, and I'll activate it.
All right. You put in it's that big piece of crystal from the place with the bear, and you slot it in, and you start viewing inside there, and you see let me see here. Let me bring up. You see a large machine that is currently winding down, and you see a man in a black mask.
Is it Divine Next?
No.
He got in there. Quietly, son of a bitch.
So, this massive chamber is a hollow in the red metal, lined with streaks of glowing white that spread like veins across the floor. Rounded walls and ceilings, they all lead... first off, there's a hall kind of leading to this chamber. They lead to a mechanism fused with the far wall that features a floating metallic hoop suspended upright a few inches above the floor. A man who wears a form-fitting metallic helmet and elaborate robes in every shade of green is also present. He is currently prodding a person who is holding his head and seems to be in pain into this large cavity.
That's a little disconcerting.
Praxis will stand there for a second, like with his head cocked to the side, kind of looking confused, and then he looks back over at Jade, and he like mumbles under his voice, and he's like, Jade, I think they're hurting people in there.
I was worried they might be doing something like that.
I don't know if it is a part of the process. The Numenera seems to be slowly winding its power down. So I'm not sure if this is what happens after the process is complete or not, but it does seem quite disconcerting. Kind of boop the thing. It lasts only a certain amount of time, so I don't want to...
Oh, once it's on, it's on. You can't turn it off.
Oh, it just
It's
automatically
just
lasts that
on.
long?
Yes.
Okay, well, for the next, 10 minutes...
So you look back in there, if you want to look back in there, he pushes
I'll watch the process.
he pushes the person into this large cavity, this drain, as his body starts to bulge out into weird forms and it starts splitting.
I'll turn to the
creature,
other lady in the room.
The man falls into the cavity. Ah! You don't hear it, but it's a visual that has basically it's one of those pictures you can hear.
Yeah.
In your head.
Oh no, tell my wife I love her.
Yeah, that's what this
Serotonin
one
takes its
says.
place.
He starts picking up he pulls out a hose and starts hosing off blood from the thing that the guy who split open.
Yeah, I keep watching just to bear witness, and then I keep looking back every couple seconds at Jade, like with a more concerned look painted on my faceplate.
Praxis, what's going on?
He just disposed of a body. I don't know if that's part of this process.
I doubt it.
It's like he's hurting somebody. It split up. The man split open and bulged from different areas. That's not how human anatomy usually works.
And then he exploded.
Blood was everywhere.
Was he-
Everywhere.
Turning into a teratoma?
I could not say for sure, but it did look like a process that could create that sort of thing. I could go inside if you want me to.
I think perhaps we should all go in together.
I look over at
The
the lady
door
in the room.
opens. The door opens. Opens up, and there's a young man. Door is unbarred from the inside, and another Serene appears, who walks up to Nasai, and then turns to. He starts talking to Nasai, and then turns to everybody. Are these the new pilgrims? We are ready for the next person for the Taker of Sorrow.
I am a machine and have no sorrow.
Then you can wait here.
Well, we all came together. We would like to go in together.
This machine is a very personal process. It should only be done one at a time.
But
Earlier
we
we showered together. We are fine.
we have shared trauma. We have been through many of our travels together.
You should follow the instructions of Wymel. Please, one at a time.
Well,
May we
May
meet
we-
Wymel?
You will meet him when you enter for the Chamber of Sorrows. But not you. You're a machine. You don't have any sorrows. You stay here.
And he has nothing to fear from me. Yeah, I can meet him as well.
I look at Divine next.
Divine Nex has been listening to you guys, and he says, I don't think I want to go in there anymore. I've changed my mind. I'm fine out here
Enough about this process.
with the robot.
I will protect you.
I look over to Jade and Kasim and go, well, one of us will need to at least go in there, right?
I can go make sure the place is clean for you, sir.
Are you?
perhaps we should insist.
Tough decisions with night
I look at the guy.
music.
I look at the guy and go, what happened to the last man who went to go and be service?
Excuse me?
We would like to speak with that man.
Oh, yes, we heard that,
You were assisting someone previously, correct?
We're doing maintenance on the machine just now.
Maintenance, you say?
Yes.
so that's what you call it.
The machines need maintenance like anything else.
This is true, but when I need maintenance, I do not split people open. That would be a malfunction.
Indeed.
Well, I would like the opportunity to take a look at the machine before I subject myself to it, especially if it's something that requires maintenance over time.
You're welcome
When,
to go.
uh, when
Whoever
I
is
said the
next,
thing
please
about-
step in.
When I said the thing about splitting people open, did he have any visual reaction?
Make an intellect check.
Hey, I'm good at those.
Level 3. Level 3 intellect. By the way, the red buttons now work, and they'll automatically deduct from your pools whatever you put in. So if you put in effort or
Oh,
anything,
okay.
everything works now. I got it to work.
Huh.
Oh,
Cool.
I don't know what the difference between the red and the green button is. So
The green button just does the roll. The red button does the roll and then calculates all of the costs of the roll and removes those for you.
So if you spend effort or anything like that, it all goes straight in.
So I just push the effort thing. I don't go up there and knock off the points because it'll do it again if I push the red button.
Exactly.
Good to know. All right. You said difficulty 3. I will spend an effort. Unless he's a Numenera, I got nothing for understanding his emotions there. I swim him. There, I'm trained. All right, so I am untrained. I'm spending the effort, and I don't have an asset. So there we go, and I will push the intellect red button.
There you go.
14 greater than 6. That is true.
Have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah, not recently, but yeah, I watched it.
Do you remember the character of Julie?
Yeah.
Julie.
I think it was.
She was a
Judy.
woman that was the guide for Aang and his friends in Ba Sing Se. And weird stuff would happen. And she would constantly just smile and act like it was normal in a very obviously creepy manner.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I can understand why you're referencing this, but no, I don't remember that at all. It's been way too long. I should watch it again. It was good. I remember that.
Like, there could be soldiers fighting in the streets, and she would stand there and go, "There is no war in Ba Sing Se."
But I guess my question is, with my role, can I tell if this person is aware of what I'm talking about?
No, he doesn't seem to be. It's weird. It's interesting. Like some part of him is aware, but it looks like the conscious part of him is not.
So it's more like his mind is muddled.
Yes.
I'm thinking that something has happened. Maybe he got his sorrow sucked out along with a piece of his brain.
I will volunteer to go and investigate this device.
Praxis, you should be aware that the person that is leading you into the device appears to be much like a regular human who has suffered what is known as lobotomy. It is a complex operation that removes excess pieces of brain and thoughts you don't want people to have.
I think I had that process happen to me.
Interesting. I did not expect that response.
Well, when I was injured, they took quite a bit of brain matter and replaced it with cybernetics.
Well, I don't know what his has been replaced with, but he seems unaware of the things that we have said. Of the protestations that I made.
Well, I do not need to trust the process in order to investigate it further.
I would keep my shields up if you have them.
Indeed. I look over at the man who's waiting for us and I go, "Please, escort me inside so I may see more of this place."
Very well. Please come with me.
Scream if they try to hurt you.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna disappear and run if they try to hook me.
I'm gonna try and follow, like stealthily, to see where they go exactly.
Crunch,
Sure.
crunch, 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 crunch. Do not ignore me.
Let's see.
Ignore me.
Melfin's level 3, Nasai's level 3, but they'll cooperate on watching you guys, so it's going to be a level 4 stealth check. Speed. Level 4 speed.
I'll
check level 4.
shot.
Effort and untrained. And
Nothing to see here. Just the cephalopod walking through the garden.
That's a level 4.
neat.
All right.
Good thing I spent that effort.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't have succeeded.
Creeping behind them.
Da-na, na-na, na-na.
Could I use my fleet of foot to also
They turn
stealth-
around. They turn around for a moment. And there's just a golden trash can sitting there.
Matt, Fleet of Foot only allows you to run really fast, so
Ah.
you could
Okay.
run past them very quickly and get there, but everybody would notice you move.
Okay, I'll try to stealth it too.
Okay,
then.
it's a level 4
Because-
stealth check.
Oh, and let's see. Should I hit the red button or should I
First, fill
use
out your
it as
form.
Action? Huh?
Fill out your little form there.
Okay. Action
If you're
difficulty
trained-
4.
I don't know if you have stealth as a skill, but if you have stealth, you got to click this trained button.
I got balance.
Nope.
If that helps.
No, that does not.
I don't think that's stealth.
Oh well. I
So-
know.
So you're
like,
untrained, so make sure the dot is in the U category. Put the difficulty slider up to 4. If you want to spend effort, you can spend effort on the roll.
mhm.
And if you do any of that, press the red button.
Well, at the very least, I recently put an edge, I used my XP to give myself an edge in speed and might.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
So you'll only pay 2 speed points for an effort.
Actually,
An effort.
as a guardian or as a glaive,
glaive?
you get an edge in speed and might. You didn't put any XP into that.
Recently used my XP to give myself more edge. Like I can have
Okay.
2 edge, right?
You can have an edge of 2 in one of your 2 stats, not both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you increase your edge to 2 in both of those?
Because I had 8 XP, so
You
Yeah,
can
you
only
spend it on one.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
type at a
until you get to next. You can only increase edge 1 time per,
Per
tier.
tier.
oh, I was not aware of this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just use it to use the remaining XP to increase my intellect at least.
Unless
Alright.
you've every one of those things you can only do once. So if you gave yourself more pool points for your intellect or might or whatever, you can only do
Uh-huh.
that once.
Okay.
And you can only increase your effort once, and you can only get a new skill once per tier.
upgrade.
Once you increase your tier to 2, you can do it all again.
Okay, so that's how it works. All right. So let's see.
That's a failure. As you try to make your way through the door,
the robot got through.
as you try and make your way through the door, the Serene will stop and say, "One at a time, please."
Okay.
We'll wait our turn, Kasim.
Okay.
And
the
then,
rest of you.
then I'll whisper to
and
him.
I'll just
Only
only
until
to
something
myself,
goes
like I
wrong.
would just grumble. I thought I was good at this. What the heck happened?
Yeah, when it turned around, it saw just him next to that weird gold trash can, and he's like, "Okay."
I was just trying to throw away my cup!
Yeah. Why do you guys have such sparse trash receptacles?
I
So,
immediately spit
As you
out.
guys enter, Jet sneaks right through that door. As they walk in, and the Serene turns to close the door behind them, and you hear a crunk as the door locks.
Clunk.
Yep, it's barred from the inside.
Now we die together. Yay.
At least, yeah, at least we came into this game together, and we'll go out of this game. Okay, I look around the room that we're in now.
All right. It's a small hall, about, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, about 30 feet down. opens up into the main chamber, where, like I said, I'll read the description again. This massive
Okay.
chamber is a hollow in the red metal, lined with streaks of glowing white that spread like veins across the floor. Rounded walls and ceiling. They all lead to a mechanism fused with the far wall that features a floating metallic hoop suspended upright just a few inches above the floor. A man who wears a form-fitting metallic helmet and elaborate robes in every shade of green is also present, leaning over a central cavity that might as well act as a drain for the entire room, if ever filled with water.
Or blood.
The man turns to you and says in a
Give me
metallic...
1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, I'm giving you a second, man. You know what? Let's change my voice here to give him a cool voice.
Now's a good time to like and subscribe. If you enjoy watching us, take a break for a phone call.
Okay.
What?
I had to, that was the internet person calling, so I had to take it. I'm sorry. And
Uh-oh.
I'm on.
Before you went
It's
on
working
to the
fine.
next, before you went on to the next section, I was going to say something while we were still in the hallway.
Okay.
So as the guy who was guarding or who's escorting us turns away from the door that he just latched, I would like to use hedge magic to unlock the door again.
You're gonna have to make a stealth check for that. It's gonna be you know what? This is gonna be an intellect version of a stealth check because you're not like this is more, I don't know, finessey.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. This is like using your brain to figure out when he's not looking.
Hedge magic is also an intellect skill.
Yeah, it makes sense. So is that DC 3 or difficulty 3?
Yeah, it's gonna be difficulty. Yeah, it's just him, so it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
That's a GM intrusion.
No, I'm going to spend an XP to re-roll that.
That sounds like a good idea.
I was like, he unlocks my chassis and I fall out.
That would be ridiculous.
Okay, there we go.
There's a
I got
success
effect
and a
too.
minor effect. What is your minor effect for your character?
It activates my phasing abilities. So I don't know if that would be the most appropriate right now.
Nah,
but-
this is what we're gonna do. The door unlocks in a way that allows every one of the other PCs to know that the door unlocked. But somehow the monks miss it. The Serene don't hear that.
Okay.
Well, the red light flips to green. And we're all like, oh, good. Everybody knows that green lights are good and red lights are bad, especially on robot eyes.
Exactly. Robot Island.
So you enter the room, and you see Wymel there, and he talks with a very synthesized voice from under his helmet and his robes. Let's see how this sounds.
I wish I could hear it.
Welcome. Welcome. Hello, hello. It's not working at all. Test, 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 test. Hello, hello. God. My equipment's never works. Never works correctly.
So he failed his Numenera check. What happened there? So now's a good time to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show. We're all going to sing along to the hold music here.
Oh, there we go.
There are no words, thankfully.
Check. Whoa.
All right, now we can hear it.
Greetings and welcome to the Taker of Sorrow. You seem to have a heavy burden, and I am here to take that from you, if you are willing to give it.
I feel like there's a big green floating head and a curtain right next to it.
No, it's a silver floating head over a green curtain.
I don't know. The original was in black and white.
What is your name, pilgrim?
I am Praxis.
Are you prepared to step into the Taker of Sorrow?
I'm more interested in knowing what this Numenera does. I kind of look around the room.
I am its caretaker. My name is Wynell. I can tell you how it functions.
I would be interested in knowing more.
The Numenera are strange and wondrous. It's not possible to really understand how they work. But this device here, it doesn't rewire your brain. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't take away your memories. All it does is relieve you of the burden of stress from them. It makes you at peace with your past. If you've done anything you regret, those regrets will vanish as if they were leaves on the wind, just float away.
You have quite a soothing voice. I can see why a lot of people would trust you. As I say that, I'm gonna scan the device that's in front of me, and I would like to get an understanding Numenera roll to try to figure out what the hell's going on.
All right. I'll let you make an understanding Numenera roll, and I'll give you an asset on it since you're scanning it at the same time.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my intellect point to activate the scan.
Like I said, it's a level 5 Numenera.
-3.
Asset. Okay. Bloop. Well, that's a good thing that I had those things there.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I was like, Praxis is the best to go examine the thing if he's got to be alone.
So yes, this machine here is integrated into the entire structure. It can't be moved. It can't be taken away. It's part of the mountain.
Ingram Mountain.
The cube. The cube.
Basically, anyone who stands in the hoop, it reacts to people's thoughts. And it is a two-way street on this thought process. Maybe once upon a time it was a neural interface if this was a ship, or it was maybe it was a video game that was like a full drive from anime where you just put it in and you can walk around in an anime all day, in a video game all day. Maybe it could have been one of a bazillion things in this universe that needed
You're
a
late
neural,
to class and you're running with toast in your mouth.
that you needed a neural interface for. But over time, this machine's function only to take away someone's sorrow, someone's guilt, someone's stress.
Trauma.
Yes.
Um,
It also it's been modified over the years as well.
So, does this? This is Praxis talking to the man behind the curtain. Does this process usually hurt?
It should be a totally painless process.
How do you how have you managed to maintain this device for so long?
I am its caretaker. I do repairs and maintenance when needed.
Were you able to salvage any other pieces of technology from this vast complex?
Our ancestors have searched this place far and wide for all of its Numenera secrets. I am simply the last in a long line of caretakers.
I see. Have you trained anyone else to take your place when you...
We have our Serene here. They will take my place, if ever needed.
Okay.
Please, step into the machine, and you can have a demonstration for yourself.
I look around for a second and go, well, I suppose I should. And I'll take a step forward toward the machine.
Okay.
Looking around, is there anything... I'm assuming the dude who came with, like, escorted me in here is, like, off in a corner or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, right next to me.
That's why you couldn't see him. He was... Oh, sorry. That's why you couldn't... That's why you couldn't see him. He was behind another, like... the X-ray viewer only views through certain amount of...
Yeah.
And that... He was behind something that was farther than its range.
Okay.
So he saw.
So I will. So the device is in this room, and the guy who's talking to me isn't apparent, right? He's not like standing around.
No, he's right there. There's a guy in a big black mask with a shiny helmet with robes. And
Okay.
he can manipulate the device, and he's ready to throw the switch, Kronk.
All right. Well, then I'll walk over to the tube or the hoop. And
He'll open
I'll
it up for you.
So
I'll stand inside the hoop.
Okay, he'll close it up.
the hoop is over the drain?
No. The drain...
That would be funny if it just like he turns it on and a chute opens up at the bottom and it just fall right through.
It's like, I have failed myself.
Yeah.
And then Willy Wonka says you're a bad egg.
Yeah.
So, the hoop comes down, or it closes around you, and he does a couple like calculations on the machine. He throws the switch, and the machine hums to life. The hoop starts turning like you're going into the Phantom Zone, you know. And suddenly, like, your worries and losses. Yes, Howard.
I didn't want to interrupt, but at the same time, I wanted you to know that I'm watching closely and scanning him. And if at any point he seems to be in any danger, I intend to leap up and attack. Not him, but...
Okay.
He's turning into a Terratoma. Kill him.
It's a slow process as you think of something, like a thought comes to the surface of you where you're like, oh, I really miss home. I hope everybody's fine there. And then suddenly that worry just kind of leaves your head and is replaced with, everybody is fine there. You did the right thing by leaving. You're following your passion and your dream.
Since I know this is like a neural interface, is there any way that I can like project back onto the interface?
Yes, but you're not sure if the machine is listening. So you start thinking really hard at it in ways you think you might be able to manipulate it, but there doesn't seem to be any response from the machine.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll go through the process and see what happens. Like, what is it?
After about 20 minutes in the machine, you start getting a sense that Mel is a really great guy. He has it going on around here. He's the caretaker of the machine for a good reason.
He's
and
a solid Chad.
Perhaps. Now, do you want to resist this?
Yeah, I do want to resist this.
Okay, that is a level 4 intellect check, or level 5, level 6.
It's
level
the level
6.
5
It is a level
machine.
6 intellect check for this, actually, level 6.
I'm assuming there's not a skill that I have that would help with this. So.
Resisting mind control, sort of that kind of thing.
You don't have that skill? I traded that skill where I come from.
Yeah. All cephalopods start with that skill. We don't have weak minds like you humans.
Oh, yeah, Numenera out of tinfoil that we keep on our head.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see how this goes. If this starts going badly, I may have to phase out of existence for a minute and get the fuck out of here. Boop. Oh, it went
That
badly.
was so close.
Okay. As you... oh yeah, you didn't resist. Well then, Wymel's the best. You cannot do anything against Wymel, and whatever he says is the absolute truth. And you must roleplay that from now on. As you're scanning him, Jet, everything is going absolutely perfectly. There's no problems going on. He seems to be... all of his worries start going away. He seems to be at calm, very serene. After about 50 minutes, the machine winds down and Praxis emerges from the machine.
With his newly polished brain.
Yeah. That was a strange sensation.
How do you feel, Pilgrim?
I do feel calmer. By the way, Corey, like the thoughts that would have come up into my head is, oh my god, I'm gonna become a teratoma, and then like, oh my god, they killed a person right before I got into this thing.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Nope, you're not a teratoma. You're not turning into a teratoma. Nothing like that is happening. There's no sign of that happening. You seem to be perfectly fine.
If you had resisted, that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
You're either a mind slave or a teratoma. Those are your options.
Yeah. Okay. Praxis will kind of stretch his like limbs, his mechanical limbs, and start walking around the room, looking around.
Please,
You know, this is
follow...
quite a,
Excuse me.
this is quite an experience that you have here.
Yes,
But I'm still very curious as to the rest of the use of the rest of this facility.
Perhaps I can give you more of a tour later, but there are other pilgrims wishing to use the machine. It takes quite a long time for the process to happen.
I would very much like to spend more time with you.
Please go with Melfin, so he may bring in the next pilgrim.
Okay.
All right, out you go with Melfin. Door opens up. Jet, does Jet go with them, or are you remaining in the room?
There's just a trash can in the room. Like...
In the
I'm
hall.
gonna stay right where I am because I feel like if I move, I'm busted.
Okay.
And I think I was pretty lucky not to have been caught so far.
Praxis comes back into the room, Jade and Kasim. We are ready for the next pilgrim.
Oh. Praxis, how did it go?
The machine is a neural interface that contains some modifications. It seems as though it is used primarily to provide some kind of psychiatric support.
Well,
From
that
my
is what they
experience,
said it
seemed
did.
fairly positive. I don't know that we have a strong reason to distrust the machine, but we did indeed see something tragic happen. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Divine Next says, "Oh, are you sure it's perfectly fine?
I did not turn into a teratoma.
Maybe your cipher malfunctioned. Maybe that's what happened."
I don't know that my cipher malfunctioned. I would have definitely been able to tell that happened.
I'm going next.
So, Praxis, how do you
Divine Next
feel about
follows
this?
the monk in.
How do you feel about the
Anyway, I
town
could
and
try like
what was his
stealthing my
name?
way in again.
Wayun?
Wayun. From Deep Space Nine, Wayun. Wymel.
Wymel. I was like, that can't be right, but...
Oh yes, the founders are our gods.
So what did you think of Wymel?
He is a very wise man. He has great wisdom and compassion.
I see.
I'm also gonna try stealthing in again.
All right.
Seeing
Give
if
me
I
another
get to
roll.
that. All right. Hopefully, it didn't take from my pool when I failed, so I don't know. Should I?
Yeah, then you hit the green button instead of the red button. You just have to hit the red button.
Praxis
Oh, I
forgot to
had
tell him how great the Kool-Aid that man makes is. Wymel's Kool-Aid.
Top notch.
Stella Frog
Kool-Aid.
Biscuit. Seriously.
Oh,
You
you're
can-
not spending
do you
effort.
have any XP left?
Yeah,
if you
you're-
have XP, you can spend an XP to re-roll.
You know what? Let's go ahead and do that then. All right.
Nope. Remove an XP.
Wow, the dice do not like me today.
You're not spending effort is what's going on. That's why you're not losing any pool points. Okay,
All right.
you're done. He turns around and says, please, one at a time. I know you're very anxious. Would you like to take Divine Nex's place in the order? Divine Nex says, please, go
should,
ahead. I can
Kasim.
wait.
No, I'm
It is
perfectly
quite an
fine.
experience, Kasim. You should try it.
Perhaps after Divine Nex.
Very well, then please wait your turn. And the door closes and it locks. Ka-chunk. And
As they wander in, I go, I had unlocked it previously for you guys, but you didn't come in.
Well, we didn't really get any indication that anything was going wrong.
okay,
That is fair.
And Kasim failed to sneak in. This is the second
Multiple
time now.
times. It seems today's just not my day.
so Howard, Jet sees Divine Nex walk in and start talking to Wymel. They discuss taking away his sorrows. He's very interested. He asks questions about the machine, how long it takes, and then he gets hooked up into the machine after a short period of time of questioning and that sort of thing.
Is there any point where he passes by me where I might be able to whisper to him?
He doesn't notice you. Roll a d20. We'll see. Just roll a d20.
Random D20?
Random d20.
All right. Hang on.
Yes, yes. There is a chance that you can give him a message.
Okay. As he walks by, I will whisper, just, when you use the machine, it will change how you think about this man. It mind controls you. That's all I really have time to say, I'm sure.
All right. So he turns to Wymel and says, I'm a very strong-willed person. Are you sure it'll work on me? And he's like, oh, it works on the strongest of... it doesn't matter what your will is. Because it just makes you at peace. It's not a mind control device. He's like, He'll sit there with his hand on his chin for a second. He'll make a roll here. He shrugs and says, well, it seemed to work very well on Praxis. I'm sure that I can benefit from this machine as well. He goes into the machine. It starts to hum to life, and starts spinning around him like he's going into the Phantom Zone. 10 minutes seems to be fine. After
Wait. Before 10 minutes passes.
Okay.
I'm looking at my stuff here. I'm seeing if I got anything that can fix this issue.
Fix it.
I don't like the way this is going. This is
Yeah,
all
I
obviously
mean,
bad.
that's you're moving a little quick here.
All right.
I feel like at this
Alright.
point, I've ascertained that Praxis is a little weird now, and he likes Wymel more than he should. And I will turn to Kasim and say, did you notice that Praxis is a
especially
little
since-
off?
Especially since Praxis was saying right before he went into the room that they were murdering people, and his face was all terrified.
Yeah.
And now he's like, "That's fine."
Like,
What's a
this
few broken
goes
eggs?
beyond just taking away people's sorrows. He's clearly being mind controlled in some way. So,
Pish.
we should check the door, see if we can get in there. This
Mel
isn't a good thing.
is a trustworthy person. I'm sure if you got your eyes on him, you would be able to understand his grace and well-meaning.
Shoot, I have a teleporter ring. But it only goes to someplace I've been to before, and I can only take myself. So I
can
can't
open
get
the door for
past
you if
the
you
door.
want. That way you can see for yourself the deeds that Mel has done.
You can make an intellect check to see if you remember when the door opened and you looked through it. It's going to be a really easy roll. It's going to be a level 2 intellect check.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and use effort to auto-succeed.
You auto-succeed. Yes! You remember the door opened. You saw physically the space beyond the door, and it closed. You can go there.
I can always open
okay.
the door for you.
Oh. Well, you're sure you can open it from out here?
You can definitely
Tarek, you can't manipulate something you can't see with head magic.
I can't.
Oh,
but
the
I
lock is
can
on the
phase
inside
through
of the door, yeah.
And then open it.
You're what?
But I can phase through the door and then open it.
You can do that, yes.
Yeah. I can help them see the truth of Mel. He is a great and powerful man.
Well, that would be most excellent, Praxis.
Okay.
Like, I quietly whispered to Jade, I think something went on inside that room that really messed with Praxis's mind.
I will spend an intellect point to start phasing through the door.
As you do that,
Unless it's
Nasai begins to stop you and says, "No, you must not do that. That's against the rules."
But they would need to see that Mel is a powerful man.
They will wait their turn. They will wait their turn, but if you do that, the Reaper of Sin will come.
Ooh.
He seems awful worried about that.
Why would this be a sin, though?
Because it is against the rules, and those who break our rules, the Reaper of Sin comes for.
Praxis looks confused and like torn between things that he should do.
Just stands there halfway in the door.
Please, just let them wait, and they'll be able to see Mel in all due time.
It is okay, Praxis.
Okay. Stop phasing and just stand by the door.
I will turn to Kasim and very quietly, so hopefully nobody else hears, tell him, I'm going to teleport through the door. I'll unlock it so you can come in.
All right. I'll see if I could distract this individual right there, just to make sure that, all eyes are on me instead of you.
All right, you and me, dance off right now.
No need to distract her. The less she notices you, the better. Simply get near to the door so you can come right in.
All right.
I'm going to walk up to the lady and ask her about all the rules.
Okay, she'll start explaining to you the laws of Graham. But while you're doing that, Jade teleports behind the door and opens it up with a kank.
and I'll quickly like slide my way in if at all
And-
possible.
and-
Do I need to stealth roll this one because I feel that the dice
No,
are
because the big ka-chank is really audible. By the way, Jade, as you teleport in, you hear the machine behind you. Boom, boom. It's pretty loud. This door is very insulated to sound.
Okay, so it's going.
Yes. The door opens, and Kasim slides right in, and Nasai says, "Oh no, the Reaper of Sin is coming!" And she'll run out the door. Like, oh!
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have to deal with her like calling other people or trying to stop us physically in some way.
thought
Why would she
Praxis
call
was
other
gonna,
people?
like,
There's the
cover her
Reaper of
eyes
Sin.
or like plug her ears.
Why would I do that?
because yeah, it's like, hey, my friends want to do something. Okay, sorry, miss.
You're gonna see the beautiful light of divinity that is this man in his workshop.
Why, Mel?
Why Mel?
Why Mel Gibson?
Why Mel? So Praxis will get up and start walking toward the door now that the door's open. Oh,
All right.
in your face now too.
Somewhat. I'll say in a cheeky manner. It's like,
Well,
all right, let's go.
She
let's
ran
go
off,
ahead and
so I
see
guess
what
we
they're
don't have to
doing
lock it.
next.
Actually, we should probably lock it anyway.
Mhm. Good idea.
Okay,
So I
guys.
go about locking the
Great.
door.
You are
and then
now
we-
locked in the room with the mind control device.
Yep.
Wise indeed.
I will put on my aluminum tinfoil Numenera.
All right, you walk into the room. It is that red metaled room. It's got the big hoop machine integrated into the wall, a big pit drain in the center. You see Wymel in his robes and his shiny helmet. And there's a weird garbage can in the corner.
A weird garbage can that looks suspiciously like Jet, who snuck in earlier.
He's making his... He's standing there with a pipe in front, with like a pipe like this, and he's like, "I am a pipe. I transfer steam from place to place."
So
Okay.
yeah, when all this started, I actually had an action I wanted to do.
Yes.
You said when he starts the machine on the guy, I wanted to just on Divine Next. I wanted to surprise. I was hoping to get a little bit of surprise here because he didn't know I'm there. Just kind of walk up and surprise Wymel, and just place something on his control board, which is a reality spike that I'll stop him from pulling the lever down.
You have another reality spike?
Did I use that thing?
Yeah,
already?
you used it.
Let me check.
You used it the first game. You put it in the air and you chunked it in there, and then you to make sure it was the
Yanked it
same
out.
reality.
Oh. Well, I guess I should have marked it used. My bad. Maybe it was marked used and I accidentally clicked it. I don't know. Well, there goes that plan.
Did we recharge it though?
No, you can't.
There's no
You
recharge.
couldn't get it out of the reality.
You have to pull it out of reality. Once it's there forever.
Okay.
Unless you really pull on it.
Okay. Then I'm going to spray him with anti-grav aerosol.
That only works on inanimate objects.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang it. It just says 1d20 feet in the air, permanently 400 pounds. I don't have inanimate objects on there.
Yeah, it's. I did say that when I did that, when I said that to
No.
you. It's,
How
didn't
about
type that in.
clothes?
All right,
Would they
then...
make them float?
No, they won't. All right, so I also have something called Pill 25, and you never told me what that is.
would you like to take pill 25?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All
It's
right.
the last game anyway.
Jet explodes.
You open up your little drawer. You pop pill 25 in. It falls into the suit with you.
With your octopus body?
Well, I just opened the door up from the inside.
It dissolves in there, and you take its effect. Pill 25.
Mix it into my breathing water.
Was this the mystery pill that we didn't really figure out what it was?
Do you ink inside of your suit?
I'm. It actually there's a port that it shoots out.
So
Oh, okay.
tiny nanobots fill your suit as the pill breaks open and reconfigures some of the things in your suit so you can see much farther than normal.
So I've increased my perception somehow.
Yes.
Well, now I know what that does. And they walk in, and I am looking around the room.
really
My
looking.
one robot eye focusing in and out.
See, I told you.
As you guys walk into the room, you see Wymel there, and he says, "What are you all doing here?"
Oh, I thought we were like, just stealthily coming in. It's like, okay, so
No.
I say they wanted to see your grace and power in action.
This is a very sacred process for just the individual. They shouldn't be here. Then, all of a sudden, Divine Nex starts yelling out in pain. Oh, no! No! Ah! And Wymel turns his head over to that and says,
I try to pull him
"Oh
out.
dear, not again."
I try to pull him out of the machine before they kill him.
All right.
I say, shut it down!
that's worrisome.
We only got 20 minutes left in this game, so I'm not going to do this as a combat. I'm just going to say you are able to pull him out of the machine, but his mask and his mask falls off and his face starts bulging out. He starts splitting in two.
That's
The man says,
terrifying.
Divine Nex says, "Oh, there, now you've done it. You've interrupted the process. This is all your fault."
This isn't the first time. You did this earlier today.
Get out, all of you.
No.
No.
Quick, get him into the drain before he turns into those battle mites.
Oh.
So you're
I
making
see.
them.
Can I make an understanding Numenera check to find a way to reverse the process that started on him?
If you had time with the machine, sure.
Okay. I do that.
You start working at the machine, Wymel stops you and says, "No, don't touch my machine. Get out of here now."
I point at him with a forearm blade with one hand and continue working with the machine with the other hand.
I have tool aficionado, so if a tool enables
so
a non-combat task,
what happens?
An asset.
What happens is a fight will break out between you guys and Wymel. You will defeat Wymel, and he will say, he'll start to say, where is it? He says, wait! Don't, after you bring him low and you're about to pull the killing blow, he'll say, "Wait! If you kill me, everyone that the Reaper of Sin stole away, or as it actually happened, disintegrated into a pack of teratomas. Only I can bring them back. If you kill me, you consign them all to eternal existence as mindless horrors. I swear on your honor to spare me and I will save them."
Why haven't you already done that?
Yes. Why did you do that to them in the first place?
It was my hubris. I wanted everybody to love me.
He is quite beautiful.
Divine Nex starts splitting off, and there's a creature that has split off from him with one blinking eye and weird misshapen arms, and it says, "Enjoy the show!"
Can you fix all of the teratomas?
He says, I will do my best to fix all the teratomas.
I agree to your terms. What do the rest of you think?
I'm still working on the machine.
he would have to be properly monitored, but well, he did this to himself. We're gonna have to reverse the process now.
The Aeon Priest will be very interested in knowing all of these details.
Yes, he will.
So, you guys spend the rest of the day watching over Wymel and making sure he is true to his word.
Am I able to do the Numenera thing and figure out how the machine works? And...
Yeah, you can figure out a lot about the machine, especially with Wymel there trying to reverse the process.
Okay.
And Praxis and I are also good with Numenera.
So you put
I don't trust Praxis right now.
you were able to put Divine Necks back together after hurting all of his little parts into a corner, and then after about an hour or so, you're able to, you think, change the machine to turn them back. And after a little experimentation, you get Divine Necks back together. And he says, wow, that was... And you see Divine Necks' face. And he looks really plain, and he's got a snarly tooth, and he doesn't look all that great. He quickly puts his mask back on. And he says, it's not that he's hideous. He's just not uninteresting and kind of just not...
He's
not
really
appealing.
normal looking.
Yeah, he's normal looking, and his teeth make him look unappealing.
Okay.
So he's got a few snaggle teeth, huh?
Yeah.
Ah. He's a showman without the showman's face.
Dentistry in the 41st century. is difficult.
We must find a dental Numenera for this man.
Wymel says, you can use these songbirds to bring teratoma to you if you want. By reversing the tone, you can attract them rather than send them away.
Do we have to herd them all back here?
Yes, they'll have to go back into the machine.
Can we fix Praxis?
Yeah, the process that unteratomifies them also gets rid of the thoughts of Wymel being really great. That's the key right there. If you resist those thoughts, it creates a feedback loop inside your body or something. Yada yada
Right.
magic.
If you had made that roll, you would have been a teratoma.
That's right.
I was kidding. Oh man.
That's exactly what
no,
happens.
I mean it makes sense.
A cyborg teratoma.
I would be the king of teratomas.
So, y'all bring Wymel to justice. Y'all spend several days here in this quaint town, putting people back together, unbrainwashing them, and bringing the Taker of Sorrow back to its original purpose to help people with their psychological problems.
So what of the Reaper?
It never existed.
Ah.
I
When
figured.
when anybody disappeared because they got turned into teratoma or Babelmites, they just said the Reaper of Sin took them because they did a bad thing.
Okay.
It's a good scapegoat.
That's it.
Yep.
It kind of makes me wonder about the teratoma that was singing. It's like, I wonder what the hell the story with that one was.
Well, you killed it. You killed a person.
Yeah, kind of.
A perfectly healable person.
We didn't know.
Oh no, if only we'd rounded them all up in nets and brought them everywhere that we went.
So, everybody can grab 4 experience points.
We're
Okay.
never playing again, so don't worry about it.
We
You
might.
never know.
You never know. We might. But thanks for playing. I hope you enjoyed the game. What did y'all think of? What did you think of the Taker of Sorrow here?
It was a good storyline. I liked the story.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
Good.
story too. I thought it was very very fitting for a Numenera game, and not only that, but I kind of wish we just had a little bit more time to go. And I know we spent a lot of time just doing role play stuff and not directly interacting with the plot, but it's still super fun.
It was
Yeah,
super fun.
it would have been great if we had a little more time.
I actually had a battle map prepared, and let me show you Like if you would have gotten here sooner, or I felt like we had time for that, I would have put this in. Let me show it to the players
So he's
here.
got a
Just
Daft
those
Punk
roll
Max.
20. Hang on.
That's an awesome looking room, though.
Yep.
It's cool.
It's a shame I never got to use it, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And you probably would have blasted one more time, like during the battle. One more time.
Not on YouTube.
All the DMCA's, no.
YouTube, you're a failing platform because of that BS.
Giving CNN so much power.
Since we're on YouTube, maybe you don't want to call it a failing platform. Just thinking.
I actually also streamed to Switch and
Twitch,
Twitch.
not Switch.
Not Switch. That's
No,
a
he was
Nintendo
using
thing.
a Nintendo Switch. That's why it didn't work.
Streaming to the Nintendo Switch. I also streaming to Switch if you Twitch. If you want to be on Twitch, I'm at Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Dead Unicorn Live. So I'm also there. We'll be simulcasting it to both places. And we had somebody in that room, and I forgot to talk to them because we were so into the game. And I'd like to apologize to you, Vasil Jeo. Love you. I hope you come back. We're going to say goodbye to everybody here. If you made it, this is the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, you've earned the ability to hit that like button. So do that.
Also, this
Other than that,
video is scratch and sniff. Just get up to your screen and check it out. Find out what Corey really smells like.
It's awful.
so thank you to Howard, Tarek, Crystal, and Matt for joining us. Maybe we'll do something next Sunday. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this channel right now. Nobody knows. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.